First, I will discuss briefly about our generator. So, this was FG Wilson generator. The brand of the generator was FG Wilson. It's powered by Leroy Summer alternator and Perkins engine. So, our genset capacity was 187 kVA or 150 kilowatts. So this was in 3-phase connection, and your voltage output was already configured as your request. We set it at 235 volts. So first, I will discuss to you the three liquid that we must check always before starting the generator. That is the diesel, the oil, and the coolant. So I will show you where we can find the port and how we monitor the fluids level. So first, let's go to the oil dipstick. Like car, sir, we have a dipstick to monitor the level of the oil. So this one. So yeah, you can see, sir, there's here there's marking like this one. It means this is the low level and this one is the high level. So as of now, our oil level was a little bit short, so later we can top up. So our oil classification, sir, our oil type is 15W40. Yeah, 15W40, sir. So that's the monitoring for our oil. And if you need to top up 15W40, sir. If you need to add oil, this is the port. Just turn it counterclockwise, sir. Yeah. Saka magdadagdag, sir. Yan. That's where you will add oil, sir. Okay. If you need to top up. So that's the one, that's oil. Next is the diesel level. So here we have the gauge. Yeah, this one. They have signs E, that stands for empty, 1 port, 1 half, 3 ports, and F, that's full, sir. So as of now, we nearly 1 half full. So, and this one, this is the port where you will filling. Yeah, the diesel filling. This one. This is where you need to put the diesel. Next is the coolant. So wala kang ibang sir, way para ma-check is you need to open the radiator cap. This one, and just dip your fingers. Make sure it will be wet. Yeah. And if not, you can add make sure the water you will add is distilled or purified, sir.
Okay.
Not mineral, because mineral contains so much minerals that makes the kalawangin yung radiator mabilis. When you put it in stop, it means you will operate it by pressing run or stop.
And then this one you just press, and that means ATS.
Yeah, where this in auto, it means it will run automatically and stop automatically without human intervention. Thing you need to check is the battery voltage, sir. because you must maintain that your battery is in good condition and the battery voltage is in good starting capability.
So you press the up button.
Yeah. Later I will discuss the thoroughly this controller.
Okay.
So I'll just show you the battery voltage you need to check. So as of now, you can see it's 13.3. You must maintain that in that level, maybe 13.3 or down to 12.9. So it must not go down below 12 volts, sir. So if you see that, maybe you can check the supply of your battery charger. Our genset, sir, has built-in battery charger. The only need of the charger is 220 volts coming from Ormeco. So we already supply it. And
So even no running, the battery is charging, that's
and,
good.
And when it reaches its maximum charging level, it will cut, and then when it go down, it will charge automatically.
Okay.
So when it's running, the 220 volts from Ormeco, it cut and it's charged by the charging alternator. So importantly, maybe every day you can check that. Kasi sir, kahit anong ganda ng makina mo, pagbagsak yung voltahe, wala talaga, hindi siya anda. So maybe every day, sir, just to check, to monitor. So pag nakita nyong bumaba, check nyo lang yung supply, sir. It controls our voltage. This 4 miniature breaker, this first 1, 2, 3, this 3 was monitoring your voltage. So it must always turn on. Turn on means it facing the red tag, like this one. Yeah, that means off. So this one, yeah, that's mean on. So it must always on. Sensing yan, sir, ng voltahe natin. Dapat naka-on lahat. This one is the miniature breaker for the controller. So when you turn that off, your controller will shut down. So naka-on lang palagi yan. Pati this one, the last one, this was for your 220 volts from Ormeco, supply ng charger. So naka-on lahat yan, sir. Make sure that all of that was on, ha, sir. Kasi like for example, if this one is turn off and you run the genset, it will malfunction, it will shut down. Maybe it will trigger under voltage. So make sure that all that's on. Maybe this one is the relay for the fuel and the cranking relay. So possible if you have problem in your fuel and cranking, you can check this one. Kasi binabayan to minsan ng langgam, sir, eh. Ants, sir, sometimes lives in here. So
they like the warmth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So ayun, we must check that maybe once a month, ganun lang, sir.
How to dismantle that?
Di, makikita mo sila, sir, di ba? Hindi, check mo lang yung loob.
Yung loob.
Kasi usually yung mga langgam, the ants, makikita mo sila pag nagbabahay sila, di ba? So check mo lang. Then this one is your generator breaker. So it must always an on position upside. So baka kasi may magbaba, once na nawala ng power, walang papasok doon sa MPS mo. So you must double check, sir. Maybe you can turn that off when conducting checking. But don't forget to turn it on, sir. Kasi yun, walang papasok na power. This one is the emergency breaker, emergency button. So katulad ng pangalan niya, sir, pang emergency lang. So pipindutin mo lang siya pang emergency. So kita mo siya umuusok or maingay or naglilik na yung mga diesel, langis, yun, sir. Yan halimbawa. Meron siyang alarm. So if you see this one, the alarm LED turns on, it means that it's saying something, it has an alarm. So you must reset that one. And resetting is just simple. You just press the stop button. But in this case, I press this one, I must back the emergency button by turning clockwise half, and then I press the stop. The alarm must be removed. Yeah, that's how to reset the fault. Any fault, sir, you just press stop. But before pressing the stop button, we request you to take a picture to show us what the alarm it is, because it is saying not in words, sir. It says in number. Opo. Yeah, number yung ano niya, sir. Di ba hindi niya sinasabing emergency stop press? Code. So, sabihan nyo kami. Picturean nyo, sir, para ano. Pero bibigyan din namin kayo ng manual nito, sir, para may monitoring kayo. Controller is called FG100. That is name. So, like I mentioned earlier, it has auto and manual mode. So, putting it in auto mode, you just press the auto mode in here, like this one. So that's in auto mode. So it means it will run and stop any moment as Ormego fail. So while checking, you must put it in stop mode to check. And if you wish to run it in manual, you just press run. Just a single press and will run. And when stopping, it will stop it. It will not stop automatically because it has a 3 minutes cooldown. So it will indicate here the 3 minutes timer before it will shut down. So that's the function of the three button. This was the up and down cursor only, just to view some of the parameters. Maybe you can monitor, sir, or maganda siguro, sir, pag umaandar siya, meron kayong logbook. Sulat nyo lahat yung parameters, sir. So pag standby, ang makikita mo lang, if the genset is standby, you will only see the that's this one, the battery voltage, the temperature, yan, that's all in zero. This is your ano, sir, running hours. So it dagdag lang ng dagdag yan, sir. Now it's 4.6. So every time the genset start, it will just add. So our suggested, sir, first preventive maintenance and change oil is 50 running hours or 6 months, whichever comes first. So if this 4.6 reach 50 hours, so we suggest you to change the oil.
Every 50
Because
hours?
6
Sir? Every 50 hours?
No.
The first 50.
Pataas.
First 50 only, and the next is 250 or 1 year.
This controller have some upgrades. You can have SCADA, or you want cell phone monitoring. Just tell us, then we can do upgrades. So you can monitor and have some status in your cell phone or in your laptop. You can also access this port, printer cable port, by having the software or the we can show it in our laptop, that you can all monitor the events real time. So if you have trouble, then we can send you the events of this control.
You must done weekly genset testing, just to make sure the fluids level, the fluids are circulating properly.
When you got Ormeco, you don't need to worry about that.
It is it always the genset was always tested. So now in testing, like what what I said a while ago. After checking and you think that's okay to run, you'll just press the run button, sir. Just like this. When you see the 3 minutes cool down, it will automatically shut off after the counter reaches 0. But when you press again the stop, it will bypass the cooldown. So in auto mode, you don't need to bypass the cooldown. Just wait the 3 minutes reaches 0, sir. The filters, we have the... I think we are the one who will conduct the first change oil. So when that times come, we will teach you the proper procedure of changing oil in the filters.
And that's 50 hours.
Yeah,
I'll see you-
50 hours
yeah.
or 6 months.
I'll see you next week.
That's right. That's right. Tapos ito sir, patuloy na lang neto po ka.
Can we request the tools for the use for the removal of the filter?
Sabihin. I will tell Sir Marvin regarding your request. So sir, ito pakitabi po.
Simple troubleshooting when you encounter these troubles. There's a FCR relay and engine crank relay. When engine crank relay is defective, the scenario, even though it's auto or in manual, the counter of your genset is counting, but you don't hear any sound coming from the starter, even though you have commanded to start. Then you have to check if this fuse is busted, this one. That's the reason why the genset is not running, and after 3 attempts the genset will trigger a fault. That's the meaning was engine start failure. Here EO 65, and from the manual it means start failure. That's why. Okay, and this one is good, and FCR is defective. The scenario was, then this one is defective. Reset. That's how to reset. Just press the stop button. The alarm will be acknowledged and no more alarm indication. When this one is defective, the scenario was, you do the cranking, but you don't crank. We do 3 attempts until the fault, same, EO 65. I just don't want to do it many times because it will discharge the battery. You can check the fuses if you.
That's what I asking to engineer how to dismantle them.
Yeah, just like automotive fuse. You can.
Sir, sa mga
This one is the purpose of this is selector switch. The one in on position is the genset, the newly installed genset. And this one in off position is this one. You can select this by turning it off. Then put the safety device on the other side. Then you can turn this one on. Then the available genset is this one. But make sure it was also in auto and the breaker was on. This serves as a safety so that you will not encounter that both gensets will be on position. Interlocking device. But for now the genset is not yet available, so we should always put this one on. The ATS serves as an automatic transfer switch. The status of your switches should be always in auto. When it is in manual, when normal power fails, the ATS will not serve its function. The components inside. Here is the monitoring. You can also see here the various kilowatt or power factor by pressing this navigation key. Navigation key. Switches in auto. The pilot light. The green one indicates normal power. The red one indicates that the genset power was on. This, you will use this in test mode. By pressing this, you will turn the normal power on. Pressing this, the genset breaker will turn on. Here is the miniature breaker that serves as a sensing for the control. This one, based from the diagram, serves as the normal power, and the other miniature breaker serves as a genset monitoring power. They add this for the trickle charger. This is the contactor. This isolates the control, and this one is your OBUB. That serves as a protection. It protects you from reverse pacing, single pacing, over and under voltage. This timer, you can adjust this by the interval of transferring. If it sets in 5 seconds to transfer, when all the RPM and voltages was sensed from the genset, then it will start to count up to 5 seconds, then transfer. These are the breakers. This one is the normal power breaker, and this one is the genset breaker. You can also, if the pilots are not functioning, you can also monitor it by checking the breakers who was on up position. It means that's the one powered up. And this is the cities. From this one is it serves as a ampere reading or ampere readings. If this is defective, then amperage will be only for single phase. As Arman said, you can do a test run once a week. Without touching the genset, you can also do the testing here by turning this switch to test mode. Was it okay to run this?
Yeah,
Or
sure.
You want to
Go.
The genset will run once you turn this switch to test mode.
Baka may tao doon nakamatangan sa generator.
Hindi, alam naman nila naka-auto.
Hindi, sinabi ako sila.
Can we do the transferring? When you press this, the genset will turn. You should also turn this switch to manual. Okay. When you press this, as I said, the genset breaker will turn on. Wait for the pilot light to turn on or this breaker to fully up. So now we are in genset power. Then if you press this one, it will go back again to normal power because we don't have a brownout. We only test it by pressing this. We can turn this power on. As I said, wait for the pilot lamp to turn on, and now we are in normal power. And turn these all switches back to auto so that when power failure comes, it will activate automatically. You can do the transferring bar. The lever, yeah. Here what?
Sa pump.
You just pump this, then the breaker will interchange manually.
This was your OBUB, the over and under voltage component. This serves as your protection in single phasing, under and over voltage. You can see it as genset monitoring. Over here, digital genset monitoring, and it said this was set at average voltage now was 234. And as of now, your OBUB was set into 250 volts high and 200 volts low. It means that when your normal power reaches 250 volts, it will cut your Ormeco and the genset will run. And when the Ormeco becomes stable, like the genset, like the voltage now, your genset will automatically off. And in under, when it goes below 200, also your genset will run. And it will stop until your voltage or Ormeco voltage becomes stable.